Yes.
Okay, he's on. Okay. Hey, guys, welcome to our second episode of Talking Jits and Giggles for 2021. I'm going to go through the same old stuff as like I normally say. Thank you to our sponsors, MaviaFightwear.com. I always get this wrong, but it's out there anyway. MaviaFightwear.com. They've got some really cool jiu-jitsu stuff, some no-gi stuff. They're coming, their new stock is coming very soon, which we will be doing a giveaway. We'll sort all that out as it comes through, but also 03 streetwear apparel. They got some nice stuff. Their website's up and running now. Dan Rivley Builders, they're going to come through. Their website should be up soon. Neanderthal, he's just got a range of different stuff. Neanderthal, some pretty cool things that he's importing and that kind of bits and pieces, as well as open palm massage therapy. If you're in Christchurch, make sure you hit them up. They're well worth it.
Oh, Lego.
52%. Slightly above average. I see they've got some new products coming out very soon as well. They look pretty cool. I think that's pretty right. Burning Needles Tattoos if you want a tattoo in Christchurch.
And Kieran, do any sponsors, mate?
What sponsors you got, bro?
Nothing. Just Australian doing the thing. No sponsors.
Well, if you want to sponsor someone, make sure you hit up Kieran. You'll find him on the web. And all that kind of stuff. But look, welcome to Kieran Joblin. Welcome to Talking Jits and Giggles. Nice to have you on board.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, no, good. Okay, look, we just talk around. It's mainly a jiu-jitsu podcast, but obviously we're going to integrate your MMA and other bits and pieces because you have progressing through your jiu-jitsu career, and then onto your MMA stuff. But where did you start as a young fella, and what was your interest, and what made you get to where you are now?
First started fighting. First training was probably about 21 years old. Training with my partner Natasha, his uncle Ren. He was running like Cage Warriors in Christchurch in there back in the day. So started training with him. Went and watched one of the shows. Thought it was pretty mean, and then started training the next week, and then just been going since really. So started out doing Japanese jiu-jitsu and judo and karate. I heard that was his base, and then just went on to MMA from there.
So was that at Chrichton Cobbers?
Yeah, Chrichton Cobbers. A few of the old faces around sort of back then, but some of the guys still train now, still in that group as well. But Chrichton Cobbers.
Did you ever before you were 21, did you think about fighting? Did you ever do any, like as a kid, do any karate? Even though everyone talks about karate, but did you do anything like that, mate? Or did you get to 21 and you just thought, mate, I want to give this fighting game a go?
Yeah, did nothing till 21. Just played rugby, and that was about it. I did get a yellow tab in Kangaroo, I think. Maybe.
Hey. Get that by signing up.
The yellow tab and then bowed it out. Yeah, it was pretty much that. Did one class, got my yellow tab, and then bowed out of it. But, pretty much just like fresh from 21. That's when I started training, fighting, all that. Nothing before.
So you started. Oh, sorry, mate. Go.
So when you're at Chrichton Cobbers and you'd already competed, was it straight away you thought you'd look at other places and would get other people to come and help you out?
No, I just went there because there was like family gym at the time, so just rolled in there. Didn't even know anything else. Like didn't know like UFC or anything else. Like just knew that was a place to go train and just roll.
Oh wow!
So you started at Crichton. You walked in. You're rocking the Crichton College. Okay. Ren was a traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu. Is that correct? And he's done judo as well.
Yeah.
So what you just got in there to, I'll jump on the mats and start doing some jiu-jitsu. And then how did that lead into potentially doing some MMA and that, or did you do jiu-jitsu and judo and all that kind of stuff for a while before you did MMA?
Yeah, I guess it was all the same sort of time. Like, because I went and watched the show Ren put on and thought this is pretty cool, like cage fighting MMA. And then went and trained with him. So with him it was all those things. It was judo, karate, Japanese jits. That was basically our training, and then just had an MMA fight. So it was good at the time, not very, I guess like like specialty sports for MMA. So there wasn't a lot of like fundamentals as such, but it was like a good base to start off with.
Oh, nice. Did you ever compete in jiu-jitsu or judo or anything like that?
Just a couple of grappling tournaments back a long time ago. There's a few out at ones that were in Kaipoi, I think.
Oh, the wrestling ones, submission grappling ones.
Yeah, those ones. Did a couple of them.
Yeah.
There's some old. We should get those going again. There's some fucking big names. I remember Hayden fight Costa and that. Gareth Ely did a big cleanup one. They did one where it was you collated points at the end, so you could lose every fight, but you could have lost to the person who got the semis, but if you got submissions in every other fight, you accumulated enough points to win. It was a weird system. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
That's kind of tournament. I think I took out the 80s, under 80s, and then somehow I made it into the semis of the Open, and then I fought some big guy and just got thrown around. So it's like, nah, stay for the 80s.
Oh, cool. And okay, so then you started doing that kind of stuff, and then what sports did you do before you did all the fighting though? So you say you play rugby. Who'd you play rugby for?
Just for school, for Shirley boys. Same as your boy. Yeah.
Hey, Shirley boys. And what did you think, like when you first started doing all the martial arts and that kind of stuff, and you're at Kieran Cobbers? I think Machu was there as well wasn't he?
Yeah, Machu was there. Johnny Lowe as well.
Yep,
He was,
I remember.
And a few of like the guys that still train with Wayne now were they had like a Kieran Cobbers Muay Thai gym as well. That was a few guys like Mike Beventon and Aiden, those sort of guys were around the same circles as well. So there's a few guys that they're still doing it now back then. And yeah, most like Machu and Johnny, we all were like the same sort of time got into the MMA. Machu was a bit earlier, but me and Johnny definitely the same time.
Yeah. So then so you're at Chrichton Cobbers, mate. And then what? So you stayed at Chrichton Cobbers for a while, getting better at what you were doing, and then obviously you made a shift for whatever reason. And what happened there? So you moved on. Where'd you start training from there and going from there, mate?
Yeah, so like I think I must have had maybe 6 or 7 fights with Ren. And at that time, like Strikeforce and Carl and that were doing they're a really, really strong team. Made the jump over to go train with him. And then I think before that, I was just sort of doing it for fun. And then when I went to train with Carl, I took it quite seriously. And went on a pretty good run with Carl and that there. Like had Casual Street days were some really, really good days and strong team then. Good coaches and good bunch of boys. That was when it went like a lot more serious.
Do you remember any fights back then, like ones that you really remember and think, oh shit, that was really good? Or just that, the whole, whether you were nervous or whatever, but that fight for you is quite memorable.
Sure. Probably like when I first went over to train with Carl. Like I lost my first one. I actually lost my first 2 fights when I moved over there, and then had a fight in Whakatane and got like a first round TKO win, and that was a pretty special one. Like, because I was pretty average before I jumped over to train with Carl, and then it took a while to sort of get on, improve under his system and that. And then when it started to work, it was pretty good. Like a
weight off the shoulders when you finally got that win.
Yeah, it was a good feeling.
But that's a lot of people's issues. Like a lot of people jump into even just grappling or fighting sports, and there's only 2 people there. Someone's got to lose, and the chances of losing are always quite high in a fighting sport.
50-50.
Yeah, exactly. But one punch can end the fight, and then it's going back in again and giving another go. And if you lose that second one, a lot of people are fuck it, that's it. I've lost 2. I'm not doing it anymore. So it's a big thing. But then also, I think as Kiwis, we're like, fuck off. I'm not going out on a loss. I'm at least getting one win out of this.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think I had the same thoughts. I think I was 1-3 after my first 4 fights, and that fight, I was like, fuck, if I don't win this, I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, go to something else. And ended up knocking the guy out in the first round, and then just all went from there.
I should have.
Just got to keep going. Like, if you stop, then you're always going to have that question in your head, like, what if? So it's better.
So for the listeners or the viewers that do watch us, that we're trying to get more out there, some of them may not even know who you are. I mean, a lot of people know who you are in the industry. Whoa. But, I'm talking more the jiu-jitsu guys who don't follow MMA. But, you have represented yourself in your clubs in New Zealand, I suppose you could say, for a number of years now. But you've competed in Australia and you've held titles in Australia? Or you've had a title, yeah? And
few titles and stuff, and New Zealand ones.
Yeah. Well, expand on that. Let us know what you expand on those, man.
3 words.
This show is about, just talking shit, but I don't care. Like, let's be honest. You were probably one of our semi-pro amateur ones, what really about to hit the big stage, and that kind of stuff for your titles. I mean, you have competed against some awesome guys around Australia, around Oceania, and even in Japan, and those, a lot of people, so you've got to give due where dues are. You've done your yards, man. So but for me, it's good to, how many times you competed. So what actually is your record though? So people can understand how many you've fought.
23 and 13 now.
Yeah. So you're 23 and 13, so 36 fights.
Yeah.
Over the space of how long?
That would be from 21 to 31. So I haven't fought for a year. So 10 years, 36 fights. 36 fights. So that's pretty awesome. And you were one, and I do remember this, you were one that would just go, hey, I've had a fight. Yep, sweet as. I'll go on to my next one, and then I'll go on to my next one, and go on to my next one. Those, when we were at Cashel Street and even on Pages Road there was a time where fighting was so easy. It was easy, obviously now with COVID and everything, you could fight an Aussie every month almost. It felt like I was always fighting. Now it's the opposite. You can't even leave the country and stuff. So
struggle to find training groups.
Glory days. I get a message from Carl saying, "Do you want to fight next weekend in Aussie?" Go have that fight, and then a week later something else would pop up. It was it's just like playing rugby almost. Just fighting all the time. It was good. Yeah,
I mean, and is that so? I did watch your last adventures were on the One Series. Is it One Series? Is that what they called it?
Yeah, One Warrior Series. It's like the
One.
The feeder of the One Championship.
Yeah. But that must have been pretty cool for you. To get that opportunity to jump onto that. What was that like?
Oh,
got a bit of a freeze. A lot of a freeze. He'll come back.
Just thinking.
Yes. Come on.
It's a bit more stoic pose than. Hey, there we go.
Oh, sorry, bro. You froze on us. You froze us. So we missed all that really good information you just gave us. So I got to the point where it was you were in the One Series. Can you tell us, sorry, mate, a wee bit about that?
Yeah, so 2019, I think I went to Sydney and tried out for it, and got in there. That was the goal, to try to get into One Championship. And they give you 4 fights, and if over that 4 fight time, if you do well, they'll chuck you in. I've still got one more left to get it, but with COVID and stuff, it's a bit up in the air. But I think there'll be something later this year. They'll get me over there to fight again.
So you've had 3. Have you had 3 fights with them?
3 fights with One Warrior. A win, an injury, and a loss.
Yeah. You broke your arm? Did you break your arm or something?
The shoulder.
Shoulder. Was it the shoulder?
AC.
I don't know about you, but as a fan and a friend and a training partner, watching that fight was so painful because you were fucking all over him, and then you could just see the point where it stopped, and I was like, he's fucking hurt, and then you just couldn't finish it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was pretty frustrating, that one. Not something that you'd ever think would happen. I suppose.
Yeah.
You wrestle and you roll all the time, and you get slammed, and you never ever think of it, and then happens when everyone fight, blow your shoulder out. But that's all good now. I did the rehab and stuff, and it's strong here. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. So hopefully with COVID, I mean, there's still things that happen. You might get that opportunity to get back into that this year, maybe later on in the year. So what are you doing for yourself now then? Where are you based now? What are you doing?
So living here in Auckland, moved up from Christchurch training at CKB like full time, and then coaching at Dan's Gym Combat Academy. So pretty much just doing it full time now. Like wake up, train twice in the morning.
Oh, wicked.
Teach a class, hold some pads, and then train again at night or teach. So there's no it's awesome. Nothing else on the mind except training, coaching, and fighting. It's,
Because I think what people don't realize as well, in that 36 fight career, you also had a full-time job and you were pretty good at that too. So tell us what you did then. What else did you do?
I guess a full-time job, but I was never there full time. I like barely did. I did the bare minimum to not get told off or get fired. But yeah, I was laying stone.
Yeah,
it's hence the name Stonecutter. But it's cool now to be like full, like even though I'm getting a little older, to be finally like fully in with like fighting and training. Like just wake up, train, coach, train. Nothing else on the mind except that, which is like the other guys here have been doing it for a long time, and I noticed a difference. And just doing it full time is like a big difference, like mentally as well, as like your skills improving that.
So that was your goal, was to move to Auckland for that reason, or was it just for training and this actually happened on the way?
Yeah, I wanted to give it like a good honest go. Like I was probably a little bit comfortable at home, and it's a bit harder to train, especially with MMA. There's not like enough guys to train full time.
Yeah,
everyone's like still working and training at night, which is like, it's all good, it's got to be done. But I wanted to like come up here and just give it a good honest go, like go all in and see what can happen when I give it like that.
So okay, so you go to City Kickboxing under who do you, is it Thai there or both, MMA or boxing, or what do you do there? Just everything?
MMA and kickboxing really. Like like our coach Eugene, he's pretty like a real intellectual approach to teaching stuff. Like
God, that bloody Auckland internet, mate. I tell you what, that Auckland internet, it's like they got COVID up there and everyone wants to jump on it. Don't worry, I think Dunedin's the same.
Hey, you skipped Allison again. You go as far as Eugene's who've got a really good approach on it.
It's going to be horrible for the editing or the cutouts.
I just put it straight on.
we don't cut anything out, mate, because when you're not talking, we're talking shit.
We talk shit about you.
Don't worry, my one will probably start freezing soon.
Real like intellectual approach to training and drilling. Like you can sort of see it with like the guys who are like only had a handful of fights. They're like extremely sharp and well drilled, and like the things that you need to be good at. Like there's no fat. It's just what you need to know, and it's very 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 well drilled.
I think so. And looking into it as fans as well, you can see the success in the UFC that kickboxing had and how dominant it is, because it's not often you get this many people. Was it four or five people from the same gym with the success that they've got and all winning in the same fashion? So it's clearly able to be seen what's going on.
Bro, you sound like Charles Sonnen, man, when he talks about them.
He loves them. It's awesome.
And City Kickboxing. Oh,
like you said, man, got to give Jews where Jews are due, man. It's
Oh, look, he's done a fantastic job up there with fighters and that kind of stuff, and bringing them in through, and obviously put a plan in place that's working for you.
Yeah.
So you go there, you train in the mornings, and then you take off to your day job, which is teaching. And so you do that at Dan Hooker's gym, is that right? Yeah. Yeah. So when you go there, you're teaching. Are you taking classes as well, or just strictly teaching? Because I know you have a good grappling coach there as well now. I hear.
Yeah, Gary is the Jits coach now, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's more Christchurch boys there now coaching. But I teach the MMA at Dan's gym. I mean, while he's been away with his fighting and quarantine, I'd like a few more of his classes, so it's cool. And then got a handful of PTs, a few guys that fight out of there and that, and other people. So it's good earning a bit of money doing something that relates to fighting as well. So I
actually seen one of your students. Ah, shit, I didn't even get his name. He was painting my windows. He's a window aluminium painter. It was quite funny. He was painting the windows. He said, "Oh, Kieran trains me every now and then."
Oh, frozen.
Oh, that was a great story. Now I have to repeat that to him unless he heard me. God damn it. Did you hear that?
Yeah, is it Knight, young fella, right? He came down to...
Yeah, young fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. He spoke highly of you, so that was pretty good. Okay, so you get in there. How do you feel like your jiu-jitsu, your Thai, your boxing, your just MMA in general, how do you think that's all progressed since you've got to Auckland?
Definitely feel like it's like haven't had a fight yet, but can still tell on the training stuff that things are improving. I think just doing it training twice a day, every day, and I think the coaching had a big help as well. Like it's all good to learn something yourself. When you've got to like relate it to someone else, it like improves it twice when you take it in and then recycle it out. It's like a big difference. Like it's like made a huge gain, I reckon.
Coaching does help because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're teaching the right things.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you've been taught, but then you want to make sure you're learning that way. But then when you're teaching, you want to make sure that you're teaching them correctly and, and what it isn't you should be doing. And like you said, if you're not doing that, people are getting hurt. So you're really focusing on making sure what you're teaching is right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's cool. And what's it like training with all those guys? So you got Israel, you got Dan, Kai.
Yeah.
Did you
say?
say?
Cool. It's like all the UFC boys. There's like there's got heaps of guys on the verge of it. There's like guys who are amateurs that are still like giving really, really hard, honest work. It's it's just good to be on the mat with like another. It's always like 30, 40 guys at MMA.
Sure.
Sparring's like packed. Like there's bodies everywhere. Like it's good to be on good to be just another body on the mat and have to catch up to those guys. So it's good.
Yeah, it's always.
Do you guys get many people, like, especially now with COVID, like, because New Zealand's in a pretty unique position? Do you get a lot of people from overseas asking to come and stay and train, like trying to get over there to be part of the camp?
I think there's a few guys come over in that day, but I guess with COVID now, like shut that door for a bit. But I'm sure when it's like back open, there'll be people coming through for sure.
Nice.
Oh, geez, mate. I think it's awesome, mate, that you've gone and obviously lived your dream. You're 31 years old, but you've also got 2 kids as well and a beautiful wife, so that has that going with everything moving to Auckland. Is the family settled in quite well? And I know your youngest is still quite young. How's all that going?
Yeah, it's going good. My oldest boy, Quincy, he goes to high school here.
Oh my God.
5-minute walk down the road for him, so it's pretty good. Goes to college. Young fella, Braxton, goes to Kohanga, and he loves it there. And then, Tashi works out here as well. Luckily, like she's like the one doing the real work, paying all the bills. Training in a little bit of money on the side, so it's cool. But, everyone's enjoying it up here.
Yeah.
And you get more time now to hang out with the kids as well. So, what do you find? Or
like I'll do the school run and those things, and then just off to the gym. I got the easy part, the fun part.
Yeah, that's the cool parent job.
Yes, Bryan did it for quite some time.
Oh, I'm loving it. I still get to do it. Like my job now it's quite flexible in the mornings, and I love the school run and the pickups. Yeah, it's a little thing that I enjoy it. So.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. So, is there a fight that you've had that you think to yourself, "Gee, I wouldn't mind that rematch"? Is there something out there, whether it's a local person or internationally, that one of those 13 that you didn't manage to win, that you think, "Shit, no, I wouldn't mind having that rematch again"?
That shoulder guy.
Yeah, probably the shoulder guy or the last guy I fought in One Warrior. One of those guys, I'd be keen to fight them again.
Yeah.
Like in one championship, maybe we'll both get in there later on and we get to do it again. For that.
How do you find one championship? Like, it's like obviously it's I'd say is it the second biggest show organization for MMA? I think it's definitely the biggest one in Asia, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be the biggest in Asia, and then it'd be obviously got the UFC #1, and then Bellator and PFL are pretty big as well, but it's like one of the 4 biggest shows in the world out of those, or one of the 2, 3, or 4 behind the UFC for sure. But they're good. Like I like the not weight cutting. How they like I fight at lightweight, 70 kilos usually, but it's 77 for them without cutting the weight. So it's essentially doing the same thing without dehydrating yourself for a couple of days. So it's nice.
Oh, cool. It's safer.
Yeah, and they got still got knees to the head on the ground, so it makes it good if you're giving them out, not so good if you're eating them.
Yeah.
So it's a wee bit like got a wee bit of like pride in there as well.
Yeah.
But the soccer kicks to the head.
Yeah. No stomps anymore, just the knees to the head.
Yeah. And like like I say, I've
Oh, you're freezing now. Are you both freezing? Fuck, I'm here by myself.
oh, you're shitting me, aren't you?
You both froze. I was sitting there.
Oh God. Did you say you're sitting there playing with yourself? Jesus Christ, bro.
I blinked the camera up.
Yeah, but the organization, like it's legit. I mean, it looks the real. So do they get you over a week before you do the whole, weigh-in and all that kind of stuff and media stuff, or what's it like?
Yeah, it's pretty well run. Like there's definitely like a high level run show. Like everything's taken care of. Nice hotel and like all those little things are taken care of. Get there like a week out and so it's mean. They do a good show.
Yeah. So have you getting into your jiu-jitsu? How's that? Have you been getting into that or mainly into MMA? Have you trying to branch out in your singleness in your jiu-jitsu, or what have you been doing?
Mostly MMA. Still like a lot of grappling, like grappling for MMA and our training, but haven't put the gi on for a while.
Some things don't change.
Have you, with Gareth coming on board with I've got to get this right. Is it the Combat Academy?
Yeah, Combat Academy.
Yep, sorry, yeah, Combat Academy. Since with him coming on board with that, how's that progress? Is that good? Like you can go and train with him. Obviously, an ex MMA fighter as well. I don't think he doesn't do MMA anymore, does he?
He's doing like a bit of coaching, I think, but just coaching MMA and coaching Jits. But yeah, like, it's on the same time that I've been taking the class. So Gareth started the class at 5:30. Sometimes I'm taking the striking class. But when Dan's back and taking the class, I might dust the gi off and jump in for a roll.
Gareth's got some good jitsu, man. He's very, very good on the mats.
Yeah, it's good. Like it's the gym is packed there as well now. Like 20 guys having a roll, 20 guys striking on the side. It's real packed there. It's been good environment.
Oh, nice. So what is your plan for the future, bud? What is your end goal for the next? I know it's hard with COVID and shit, but if COVID wasn't around, what would be your goal for the next 2 years? Where do you want to see yourself in 2 years' time?
Yeah, I want to fight for one, make a run for the belt for that lightweight, because I've got I think lightweight's the strongest division for MMA. Like they've got like a good 8 or 10 guys, probably more than that actually, that are all like pretty world class names, mixed UFC guys, some like good Russian guys and good guys based out of Asia as well. Get in there and make a run, try to get that lightweight belt. That's the goal.
So your goal is one, is it? I mean, obviously, if UFC popped up and said, "Hey, Kieran, you want to fight?" You'd put your hand up. But I mean, is that where you'd like to see yourself heading down that direction?
Yeah, like I'm 32 now, so I want to fight like next 3 years. Fight for one, make a run for the belt. Retire with the belt would be pretty cool, and then see what's next after that.
Yeah, that's always the question. What's after fighting? Normally, gym and coaching.
Yeah, definitely be gym and coaching. Like I've only been coaching and doing like PTing in it for I don't know 9 months or so. But I got the bug for that. Like I don't want to go back to building stone walls. That's for sure.
It's seeing people progress, and then when remembering how they were when they started, and then you're like maybe sparring or do something with them and thinking, "Fuck, he's done a lot now. A little bit more time, this dude will smash me." And that's the little goals, I think, and the successes you feel. It's helping someone else get better than you.
Yeah. No, I love coaching that age. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely stay in the coaching and gym. Probably get the gi back out as well. I'm not far.
Ooh, hey, there you go. You heard it first here. In a couple of years, the gi's coming out.
Yeah.
There you go. You can start competing in the Masters, mate. You'll be all into it. Oh, well, that's really good, man. Look, I mean, from our side of things, look, I really appreciate you coming on board and spending your afternoon. It's a Sunday afternoon, hitting out. At least Bryan's got some more questions he wants to chuck your way.
Oh, I was just going to bring up the no-gi grappling classes we used to always have, because they were always big battles. I think
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah, it was very early in the morning. It was very, very fucking cold in winter, but it was. I think those were the ones. Like, I try and tell people what you were like to grapple. Like, that's the times I got to roll with you in there, and like, you were a fucking tough customer, such a fucking athlete. Like, I'm not very fit, so I would just be holding on to shit, and it'd get to the end. I had to roll you first. If I roll you first, I did all right. I was happy. But I rolled you last. I was fucking naked, and you were just warming up. I was just like,
Yeah, that was some good mornings, only 6 a.m. Frosty as hell. Then to run around, like to sprint for like about 10 minutes to get warm.
Yeah. But trying to get, that was when I was trying to get you to compete then. But every time there was a grappling event on, because there was so few in the South Island, it was always would coincide with your MMA. And it's too much of a risk for you to do a grappling competition when you got a fight lined up. Like it was frustrating for me. I'm like, fuck, this dude would tear it up in a grappling event.
Yeah. might have a jump in. Yeah, after. So if nothing comes up fight wise, I'll definitely jump in there and have a roll. It'd be cool.
Some dangerous young fellas now, though. That's the only scary part.
Yeah, like not keen to get like heel hooked. And, like,
I used to try. I used to try and get you, but I could get James every now and then, but I could never get you.
He's doing a lot of no-gi now, old Jamesy. Okay then, mate. So look, the way we normally hit this one out is 5 questions. The last question is going to be pretty hard for you, but that's okay. First question is, what is your favorite submission?
Favorite submission? Bro, it's a good rear naked choke. Can't go wrong with that. Like, it's a good way to put someone out, and if it doesn't work, you can always punch them and get a 2.
Not in jiu-jitsu, you're not coming to my class. We'll count down.
Oh, sorry, they went down wrong. Oh yeah, okay then. So rear naked choke. What is your Street Fighter or Tekken, is it? What game?
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon, I was gonna say you watch some. Oh, that's my favorite show. I'm with that one. Okay, he wins that one out of it. Okay, it's going to be easy for you. Gi or no gi? Which one do you enjoy?
No gi.
Okay, boxing or kickboxing? Which one do you prefer the most?
Oh, tough.
That's hard. That's a hard one, eh?
Oh yes, see, I got you on that one.
To watch or to?
No, for you, what one do you prefer, boxing or kickboxing?
Probably boxing. It's like just slightly.
I think the thing for me in that one is because I did both. I was never very good at either. But I think kickboxing, you could win the fight and you walk off looking like you fucking lost because you still can't use your legs. But in boxing, when you win, you feel a lot better. You don't take as much damage.
Yeah, kickboxing, definitely. Kickboxing and Muay Thai, like win, lose or draw, you're gonna have sore shins.
Yeah, painful game.
Okay, and last one is, now this is what I said, it's probably gonna be hard for you, but when you did wear your gi, do you wash your belt?
I think I did, eh?
He had to remember, because I know it would have been a long time ago.
I'm 2 from 2 this year.
I barely even would. I probably couldn't even tie it up properly. I was that bad.
It's over the shoulders.
If there was an expecting on it, I'd be doing some mat drags for sure.
That's why you got to watch that, because you're mat dragging all the time.
Okay, so we'll just hit it out there just before we take off. So where are you teaching? So let the people know that are watching, they want to get into the sport, Kieran. So hit the address out and the academy that you are teaching at.
Yeah, teaching at the Combat Academy. It's on Kalmere Street in Ellerslie.
Okay. Also, Kieran is teaching there with Gareth Ely, and there's probably a couple others as well as Dan Hooker. But also he is training out of City Kickboxing. So for all you guys that do jiu-jitsu, maybe want to get into MMA, live in Auckland, there are 2 really good gyms, to go and have a look at and see what you want to do. But you can also do privates with Kieran if you're there. And I'm sure you will learn a lot from him. But look, from Bryan, us and Talking Jits, mate, thank you very much for coming on board. Really appreciate it. Spending, like I said, Sunday afternoon with us doing that. And all the best, man. Good luck in the future, bud.
Boys, appreciate it. Thank you.
Good man.
Right.
Jumped out fast.
Bumped it.
You're just hiding.
Mate, sweet as.
Serious.
Appreciate it.